Okay, so this is basic algebra 2. So you've done probably a few, hopefully. Let's say we have 5x minus 10 equals 30. Now remember my rule, the sign changes if anything moves over it. I want to know what x equals, so I need to move this minus 10 over to the other side. So 5x equals 30. Now because the minus 10 has come over here, remember the sign changes, so it becomes plus 10. So 5x will equal 30 plus 10 is 40. So all we're saying is 5 things, say, cost £40. How much does one thing cost? So we just divide the 40 by 5 and we get 8. Okay, it really is that simple. Now we can check this as well. If x is 8, 5x must be 5 lots of 8. So 5x would be 40. Now if this is true, this should be the answer. And 40 minus 10 does equal 30. So I know that this is correct. Okay? So obviously they're not going to give you simple stuff like this all the time. So let's say we have 4x plus 6 equals 2x plus 10. Okay, and I can hear you groaning. So we have two lots of x's. We have a 4x and we have a 2x. Now we want to make things as easy as possible. Okay, maths is not about making things complicated. Maths is about trying to make things as simple as possible. I know you probably don't believe it, but it's true. Now my biggest value of x is here. Yeah, 4x is bigger than 2x. So what I'm going to do is collect all my x's to one side and all numbers to the other. Okay, so this 2x will come over here and this plus 6 will come over here. Okay, and we call this collecting like terms. So we must remember this rule, that the sign changes. So we have 4x. Now this 2x is plus 2x. Okay, it has no sign in front of it, so by default it's plus 2x. So if it's plus 2x and I move it over, it becomes minus 2x. Okay, so all of our x's are together. Now the 10 we haven't moved, so it's still here, it's a plus. Even though I've not put a sign in front of it, it's still a plus. And this plus 6 has come over to join it, but because the sign changes, plus 6 becomes minus 6. So now we have like terms, and it's very simple. 4x take away 2x will give us 2x, and this will equal 10 minus 6 is 4. So if two things cost £4, one thing will cost £2. Okay, not quite as difficult as you thought, hopefully. So let's do another one. So let's say we have x minus 3 equals 4x minus 9. Okay. Now I look at this and I look for my highest value of x. Now my highest value of x is here. So all my x's are going to go this way, all my numbers are going to go the other way. Okay? So the -3 stays where it is. Now this -9 is going to come over, and remember the sign changes, so it becomes +9. And that equals 4x, because it hasn't moved. And this x is a plus, there's no sign in front of it, so it's a plus, comes over, the sign changes, so it becomes -x. Now, -3 plus 9. Now, -3 plus 9 is the same as 9 minus 3, so we get 6. And that equals 4x minus x gives me 3x. So, if 3 things cost £6, then one thing costs £2. And that will be my answer. Now I deliberately put the highest value of x to the right. We've all got used to a question equaling an answer. Okay, so 7 minus 2 equals, and then we want an answer, so we know it's 5. Now here we've said, instead of x equals 2, we've written 2 equals x. Well, that's exactly the same. If I say 4 plus 2 equals 6, then 6 equals 4 plus 2. It's exactly the same thing, no different. So the reason that I keep everything here is this 4x is positive, and I want to keep it positive. I don't want to get into negative values of x. So if my positive values are to the right, keep it to the right. Okay? Examiners don't like it if x's suddenly jump around on the equal sign. Okay, so this is very important. So don't be frightened if you get an answer equals a question. This is quite normal, so don't worry, but I hope this has helped. And now I go on to basic algebra 3.